That's what I mean. This is so much more fun than electrification and turbochargers and all that, you know, because you feel it, you know. Here we got a Hellcat guy right next to us.
Oh, yeah. Put a smile on your face, huh?
Episode of Jay Leno's Garage, once again visited by automotive royalty. This achingly beautiful car is the new Ferrari Daytona SP3. This, to me, is what Ferrari is all about. V12, rear-wheel drive, 7-speed transmission. This is brought to us courtesy of our good friend, Mr. David Lee, Ferrari collector extraordinaire. David, come on in. Good to see you. You've outdone yourself. I love it. You know, I love this not red. I like the green.
Yeah, this is part of my relish collection.
You got you have the mustard and the
mustard and ketchup, and now the relish collection.
What he's referring to is all his Ferraris are yellow or red.
Yeah.
And this, I think this is just a beautiful, beautiful car. And it's a classic design. It looks like the car that won Daytona back in, what, 67, I think it was. Yeah, yeah. This is my favorite kind of Ferrari. I know the new hybrids are interesting, the 90 and all that. Yeah. They are interesting, but they feel fast the way a lot of cars feel fast now. Right. This feels fast the way Ferraris feel fast. You know, that's what I find exciting about it.
I know you're going to appreciate it, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, just beautiful. And this roof comes off, correct?
The roof comes off, yeah. Right. So this is part of the, they use the LaFerrari Aperta chassis. Right. The engine is from the 812 Superfast, so it's a naturally aspirated 6.5 liter V12, like you said. And but yeah, it's called carbon fiber, and you can take off the top. So
yeah, the only thing not retro is the fact that it's an automatic transmission. I feel in my gut that Ferrari's going to come back with a manual gearbox.
Right.
It just feels like they have to, you know, because it's the only. We've reached the point now. Cars are so fast, so blindingly fast. I mean, I drove your Daytona. It was so much fun, but the joy was in bonding with the car and putting it in gear, and it's you know, it's a very masculine car. You have to muscle it a little bit, and you feel it click in, and you know, it's like a rifle. It's just great. And this harkens back to this era. Even this whole area here looks like it was just taken off the 67 car and put in. I love the retro themes because we've gone so far with automotive design. It's nice to just stop and take a look back at what we really liked about the other cars and incorporate those things into it. I mean, I love all your Ferraris, but this one is one of my favorites just because it's retro, it's not all-wheel drive, it's not, I don't need to go that fast. It's a street car, you know. I want to enjoy the process, and yeah, this is just great.
So it seems like, Jay, you like the Icona family. So the Icona family for Ferrari, you got the SP1, which is the one, the front engine V12 without almost like a steering mass car without the front windshield. You got the SP1, which is only one-seater, the SP2, which is two-seater, and this is the SP3. So it's more about kind of going back and trying to make iconic cars, not the fastest, but like ones that we love, like you and I
know,
love.
but it's so funny you say not the fastest, and still incredibly fast.
Still incredibly fast.
In fact, I would contend that it really comes down to the driver, really. I mean, you know, a good racing car driver would beat everybody in this car against any other car, you know. So to say it's not, it's 829 horsepower.
Yes, that's right.
It weighs 3,200 pounds and change. I mean, it's incredibly light, and this has one of 30 with the carbon fiber package.
Yeah, so the Daytona SP3 total production is $599. And I guess Ferrari picked certain clients to offer them if they want to do the exposed carbon fiber package. So you couldn't request it, it was offered to you. And as I knew, at first they had said 10, and it grew to maybe 20, and then as I know, approximately about 30 out of the $599 are fully exposed carbon fiber, and I did the green for the relish.
And what is the significance of $599 on this? Do you know?
The LaFerrari was $499, and so this one is $599.
Wow.
Okay.
Make 100. I'm glad there's 100 more of them out there. You know, I love the way the center the windshield wiper goes across. One wiper goes across the whole thing. Yeah, a beautiful design. And you know, this is one of the more modern cars that is aerodynamic and still good looking, because aerodynamics on its face is not as attractive as people think.
Right.
You know, like a
Right,
Prius
right.
is almost perfect aerodynamic,
Right,
but it's not an
right.
exciting looking
Yes,
car.
yes,
They've
yes.
managed to take the elements of the 60s, this whole area here, and of course this roof comes off too. And you can't store it in the car, right? There's you can't put a pack of gum in this. There's no,
there's no room.
All the space is taken up purely for performance. And that's what a Ferrari should be. Just the visceral sense of this car is what's kind of cool.
But you're right, Jay. You know, like in the performance side of Ferrari, the F80, it's V6 turbo with 3 electric engines, and they put the car this way and that way. People think this car looks better because you can design it to look better, but that one is because of performance and it limits what they can do, the styling.
Yeah. It's why I like the F40. I drove one of those. There are way faster cars, but not many cars more exciting
Well,
to
you
drive
drove mine.
than that. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It was very exciting to drive. And it was fun. You really felt like you were going faster than, you know, I had a car here a little while ago called the Berkeley. It's a 3-cylinder 2-stroke. We were going, it's like this high off the ground. We were going 40 miles an hour. You think you're going 100.
Right,
it was just so much. And that's what I mean, this sort of styling and feel and rear wheel drive. It's kind of why I like McLaren, because it's rear wheel drive.
Sure.
When I drove the 90 with the all wheel drive, it does everything really good. It's better than I am. It doesn't need me. You know, this you feel like it needs you because you've got to control the, you know, you get the rear end kind of sliding around a bit. You use the throttle to bring it back. Oh yeah, it's just great.
Well, I heard, Jay, the SP4, because they're going to come out SP4 too, that potentially they're going to do a remake of the F40.
Right.
So, and they're going to make manual gearbox. The Lewis Hamilton is involved, because that Lewis Hamilton's favorite car was the F40. So they're thinking that maybe the chatter is the F44, and it's going to be a remake of the F40.
Now, does that come from Ferrari or just people?
Ferrari, yeah.
Oh,
Ferrari.
That's great. Because
that'll be the next version of this, the SP3,
I didn't
SP4.
know that. All right.
That's chatter. I mean, that's not official, but if you're watching, please do it.
Yeah, please do. Well, let's go to the back of the car here. It seems like a big car to me, but is that just an illusion?
No, it is. It's wider than normal. So a lot of the car transports, it doesn't fit in. They have to take the mirrors off actually to fit in there, and it's so tight. So it actually takes a wider transport tube.
Okay, I thought it looked
right.
big from the back. Yeah,
Very
and
wide.
massive exhaust.
Look at that. Yep.
And a V12. It's 6.5 liter. That's what, about 390 cubic inches, something like that, around there. So yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, look at this. Yeah, this is. Yeah.
I mean.
And does this come up?
This will come up, so we can open it. Shall we open it now?
No, but I mean, is there a?
Oh, does it come up? Yeah, it does come up.
Okay.
It does come up.
Yeah. Can we open this section? Wow, it's a big piece. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest piece of carbon fiber I've ever seen. Yeah.
It's a big piece. Look at that. Big piece there, big piece there.
And thank you. There's no plastic covering the motor.
Yeah.
You can see everything. It really is old school. That's terrific. 6.5 liter V12. That's a big V12. And rear wheel drive, my favorite.
Yeah. Checks all the box for you, huh?
Yeah, it really does. It really does. This is, this is kind of getting back to your roots kind of thing.
And the mid-engine is, of course, the best balance. So if you want to go a little bit fast on that, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it is amazing. I remember I drive in the last generation C7 Corvette, and I thought, well, I handle pretty good. Then they came out with the C8, and I remember the first corner, and we turned like right now. I mean, I'm used to watching the front end come around. It just, I was like pivoting in the center. It was amazing what a difference it makes. And of course, it's even more pronounced. And look at the size of those rear tires. Those are huge.
Those are huge, right?
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
And 829 horsepower.
Yeah.
And naturally aspirated. No turbochargers.
Nope.
Boy, that's so good, because everything's gone to twin turbos and electric motors.
Sure.
It's nice, but.
Yeah. And it's interesting enough for driving it, of course, compared to a new car, the electric motor helps the quickness in the beginning, where you on the V12 naturally, if you punch it, you still feel that little bit lag before it goes.
Yeah.
So you're going to feel that here.
Yeah. But that's okay. That's all
okay
part
too.
of it.
Yeah, that's
it's
okay.
Great fun. Well, very good. Beautiful engine compartment. Let's take it for a ride.
All right, Jay, let's do it.
Oh, very nice.
I think it's one of those, like, the seats don't move, but the pedals go back and forth if you need it.
Very nice. And our start
is right here. Push
right
2
here.
times.
Sounds great. You know, it's so funny. Ferrari never ever used the name Daytona before. I think this is the first time. People called it the Ferrari Daytona because it won.
Yes.
But
yes,
Ferrari
You're
never
right.
called
You're
it
right.
that.
You're right. You're right.
And then it got to be such a name associated with the car. I will call it. And it's a fitting name. I think it's, you know.
Yeah, no, this is a real winner, I think.
Yeah, very
This
good.
year.
Oh, your air condition comes out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, fit and finish have really gotten just unbelievable with these. They really stepped up the game.
So this is a tailor-made version,
Yeah.
which is like their custom shop. So I picked the material, the seat material, which is kind of this canvas
very nice.
material, and Alcantara, and the stitching.
And it's unusual color, almost a yellow,
Yeah.
but not quite.
Not quite. They tried to make it as because the whole thing is with the green with the gold wheels, and then they try to make as much thing as gold as possible. I guess this was the closest color combination they had to be that.
Is that a factory fire extinguisher?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was factory. Yeah, and these seats, they don't adjust. They're not the adjust one. They're
Pedals adjust?
The pedal adjust. Yeah.
Hey guys, how you doing? How are you? Keep up the good work. So how many Ferraris have you purchased now, all told?
50.
Is it 50 really? Wow.
Yeah.
What's that, about $150 million worth of Ferrari?
Yeah.
Something like that,
Yeah.
Well, you don't lose money on them,
I
right?
don't. Yeah, they keep going up.
Yeah.
They keep going up. I feel this car actually would be the next version of the Enzo, like from the Enzo.
Yeah.
If you were to make a next version, this would be it, right? Because it's V12 naturally aspirated.
Oh, I love this thing. It sounds great. I love the naturally aspirated. I like the fact that I can enjoy, the mechanicalness of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rigid but loose. It's not. It doesn't feel, rattly or.
Yeah, it's got like the modern Ferrari, but then it's still.
Yeah.
Does this car feel different than the other Ferraris you've driven with me?
Well, I mean, it's been a while. I've been in like 100 cars since then. It's hard. I like the feel of this. It doesn't feel as claustrophobic as some of the others.
Yeah.
Sight lines are good.
I think the last one I brought over here was the FUV. Remember?
You're gonna hang on to that one, or what do you think?
Actually, I sold that one.
My Ford GT has these turns.
Right.
I like a stock. I just push my hand up because I find my thumb is always looking for it. You so can't reach the limits of this thing in LA traffic.
Right.
But just the fact you can drive this in LA traffic is such a departure from the old days. In the old days, you'd be overheating and you'd be following plugs and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, the build quality of supercars has really just improved so much. A lot of people blame the NSX, because when the NSX came out, it was meant to compete with the 328, I guess.
Right, right.
And it was not as fast, but the build quality was unbelievable.
Right, right.
I think that made Ferrari go, hey, we got to pick up our game here.
That was, you know, that's why like competition is good.
Right, yeah. It's why tariffs are bad.
Tariffs are bad.
Well, because you can make a lousy product.
Yeah.
Because you got people's money protecting you.
Yeah.
You know, BMW, they went from the Boxer Twin to getting rid of shaft drive, putting in chain drive, inline fours, and a whole new range of bikes.
Right.
Instead of being an old man's motorcycle, it became a young sportsman's motorcycle.
Yeah.
You know, Harley Davidson, they got protection against the Japanese. So they just kept building the same 65 or 80 horsepower motor, whatever that was.
Right.
Meanwhile, you're missing out on 200 horsepower motorcycles.
Yeah.
This is the car David should have brought over in the middle of the night so we could go out and nobody can. I mean, we're just sitting in LA traffic here.
Oh, man.
And this is what I love about LA traffic. Nobody notices. Like 3 people go, oh, that's it. You know. If this was any other town in America, oh my God, people are going crazy.
So crazy.
Only in LA. What is that?
Oh, yeah. They're more excited about you than the car.
Yeah, that'll be the day. And you get, what, 7 years free maintenance? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, that's unbelievable.
I know.
That's great.
I know. You know, there's certain things that they're really great. I mean, certainly like the 7 years. Also, if they sell new cars, they won't sell over the MSRP. Like, you know, some other car companies, they just, you know, they put premiums on there.
They don't put premiums on?
No, there's no premium on Ferrari, on new ones. But like I think, you know, like Porsche, I think Mercedes, they at the time.
Well, they kind of get you to buy options. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get the leather, you know, luggage package.
Right,
you know,
right.
Yeah. No, but I give them credit. It's really changed since the old days. I mean, it's dociles, idles.
Yeah, that's unbelievable cars. Yeah, one of my new favorites, for sure.
On this thing, boy. But you know, it drives like a normal car too.
Yeah.
You're not in some, race car. I mean, it's really amazing. See, this has more brutality than the 90 with the electric motor and everything. Because this you can, you know, you've got so much power with modern cars.
Yeah.
And they're so controllable. With this just rear-wheel drive, you can feel it stepping out and you catch yourself. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just like when you drive the non-turbocharged Porsche. It just seems more alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. But I love this cabin. I love the greenhouse. Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel impeded by this A-pillar here.
Yeah.
You know, usually they're over here, and you're always looking.
Right.
But I know there's no kid on a bike because I can see through this window. It's very good.
You like the mirrors? Do you like the?
I like the mirrors.
Yeah.
The mirrors are really useful. Mm-hmm. So many times on cars, I'm looking at the A post and not the mirror.
Right.
Mirrors are great. It's a shame they only build 599. That more people don't get a chance to experience it. But I guess that's kind of what you have to do to keep exclusivity. But I like the steering wheel. Your knees aren't in the way. I can see all the gauges.
And it's quite smart. You know, you can do your Apple Play on it. You can.
But you got smart cars and dumb people. That's the problem now.
That is a problem.
Ciabella machine. Ciabella machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful car. Wonderful car. You got 340 miles on this, so don't want to take it too far over the rev range. I think you should get 1,000 miles on it.
Right.
But very tight, and it does shrink around you. It feels much smaller when you're driving it.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're driving some big wide behemoth, which it is. It's
It
huge.
is wide. Yeah, this car is wider than normal. Even transportation, when the car transport, they had to take the mirrors off. They had to take the mirrors off to transport. When I got it, they had to take the mirrors
Can't
off.
just fold them in, huh?
No.
Here we got a Hellcat guy right next to us.
Oh yeah. Put a smile on your face, huh?
Bella machine. It's a Bella machine. That's what I mean. This is so much more fun than electrification and turbochargers and all that, you know, because you feel it, you know. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of Ferrari models that might be faster than this, but not as visceral. I really like this car.
Yeah.
And to think that the next generation could have a manual transmission again, boy, that'd be great.
Yeah. I know they were going to do an electric car. Ferrari's going to do an electric car.
Right.
So that in the future performance, it might go there because that somehow might be the fastest. But it's not just going to be fun. So I'm glad they're doing this line, which is more visceral.
And with this dual clutch system, it's almost like a manual gearbox. And you don't see the green like you do the red Ferrari, you know. So it's, what's that red thing tearing through traffic, you know?
Stealth, huh?
No, and I really like your color choice for this.
Yeah.
For those of you who've seen David on my show before, you know, he is part of the premier watch dealer in the Los Angeles area. You've got Rolex and all the big top of the line brands.
Everything, yep. 25 different brands.
25 different brands,
and Jay, you've been to my new store.
The new store is in Larchmont. Yeah, very nice. A very nice store. You go in, you try on the watches. I mean, it's really cool. Breitling.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely done. And very knowledgeable staff. That's what I like. You know, a lot of places you go, I don't know. You know, you got a guy who knows what you're talking about.
Right.
They seem to have studied up on the brands. They all look frightened when you come in, so that's good. They go, oh, here's the bosses here. You know?
No, they're very well trained, and no, we really like that area. And so you've been to my second floor too, right, Jay?
It's great.
Yeah, it's a client experience design store. So, you know, in our business, the most client experience you can offer somebody is if you invite them to your house. So I designed that store like if you were to come to my house, you would see all my hobbies.
Well, I find car people and watch people used to have a lot in common.
Yeah.
I don't know many car people that have quartz watches. They all like the mechanical, the horology deal.
Yeah.
Drive this thing all day. And it's so docile. It drives so nicely.
Yeah.
I mean, you got everything. You got big cubic inches. You've got 4 valves. You got overhead cams. It revs to 9,500 RPM.
Yeah.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Wow, I'm so glad you like this car.
Oh, I love this thing. This is fabulous. I mean, when you're in it, I don't mean this like an insult, you feel like you're in an MG. It's very small. You feel very small, and because of the controls are power assisted, it's very light. So you don't realize how wide and big this car is until you see it from the outside. From in here, it feels like you could, you know, go down a little 2-lane road. I'm sure you probably could, but yeah.
You think there's some value in it being very wide? I mean,
well, the value is you've got a big wide footprint. It's harder to tip something over if it's long and wide, you know what I mean? I mean, the trick is not getting tickets in this thing. I mean, at 4,000 RPM, you're not even halfway to the rev lane. That's amazing. See, I like this one. Now, the other Ferrari had over 1,000 horsepower.
Right.
This is 829, which in any real-world situation is more than enough.
Right.
But you're really using it, and you get to use it all. It's great.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the car is so quiet, you can get more noise from the exhaust.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the car isn't putting up a racket.
Jay, I'm glad you feel that this has been the more exciting car you've driven for a while.
Oh,
huh?
I do. I like it a lot. This is probably the closest to the F40. This is like a civilized version. It's like a 30-year later. I mean, the F40 is, oh my God, almost 40 years ago.
Right.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I remember when it came out.
Wow.
It was such a huge.
When it came out, huh?
It was a huge deal.
Yeah.
I think the old man was still alive, wasn't he?
Right. Yes, he was. That was his last.
This is his last car. I think it was the first road cut actually at 200 miles an hour.
Yes, indeed. You're right.
I think a new version of the F40 would be very exciting.
Yeah.
Especially with a manual gearbox.
Yeah.
And I think computers and everything are good enough now so you could meet emissions with a manual gearbox.
Mm-hmm.
The reason a lot of them don't have it anymore is because with a manual, at every point along the rev range, it's controlled, so you can control the amount of emissions. See, with a stick shift, you can take your foot off it and blah. You know what I mean? And you can't control where it is. But I think you can now.
I see.
Yeah, this is a wonderful car.
Yeah.
I bet you put more miles on this than anything.
Yeah. I like driving this car. And people like seeing it. It's still so rare compared to the regular ones.
And it's really a good-looking car.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of cars look the way they do because they have to. This looks styled.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the style came first and then, you know, which I like.
Yeah.
You know, so many of these cars have that atomic insect look, you know?
Right.
They just look like something from a Marvel comic or something like that. You're going to hop off like a praying mantis, you know? This thing, it looks stealth, and it's exactly the right color. And red, it might almost be too much, you know? Like, people go, whoa, what is that? This is like, whoa, what is that? You know, you're drawn to it. You want to know more.
So Fabio, good job. Jay really likes it.
Ah, good job. Good job, Mr. Ferrari. Fantastico. Well, David, once again, thank you very much for bringing
Sure, Jay. I mean,
fabulous Ferrari collection. This is really an impressive car. Well built, well made, good looking. I mean, it's got everything going for it. And you get a 7-year warranty, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Jay.
Good to
Thank
see
you.
Good to see you. Hope you folks enjoyed this at home. I don't think you'll see any of these on the road for a while, so this is a real treat for David to bring it to us. So if you see him on the street, give him a thumbs up. Thanks, you guys. And stop by his watch store. He'll give you a good deal.
Yeah, appreciate that. Larchmont Jewelers.